Morning, everybody. How you doing today? Mark here. I wanted to talk to you about unexpected lessons. For those of you on the vlogs, you can see here over my shoulder, there's a little interesting painting artwork. I've been in meetings all week with the Trend Micro team from around the world, and we've been looking back at 2018, looking forward to 2019. Lots of great stuff coming from the Trend team globally. It's going to be a really exciting year in 2019. But as part of that activity, because we're a globally distributed team, we're doing a lot of stuff in the evening, a lot of team building, sharing foods, sharing activities, and we had a paint night as part of one of the activities, which was a lot of fun. It's supposed to be really relaxing, and for those of you that can see it on the vlog, obviously, it's an interesting caricature. I'll describe it for those of you on the podcast. It's basically a poor interpretation of the scream. So, hands next to somebody's ears while they are screaming with a nighttime background. It was supposed to be Christmas trees. Yeah, it was supposed to be 3 Christmas trees in a beautiful winter nighttime setting. I've discovered that I don't paint well and I don't enjoy it. Everybody else was having a great time producing beautiful art, various interpretations, various levels of skill, and that was the point. It's no judgment, it's just for fun. It's supposed to be relaxing, but I found for some reason, not really sure why, every sort of stroke got me more and more frustrated, and I was just kind of starting to lose my beans. A good friend of mine suggested maybe painting the scream instead, and I thought that was apropos because it reflected my internal state as I was just going, what is going on here? This is the result. I think it's hilarious. It is absolutely craptastic level of painting. Basically finger painting by a baby would have been better. But still, lesson learned. Painting while relaxing for some is infuriating for me. Also on the infuriating front and unexpected lessons front, I had a hard drive crash this week. Not my main system, not my SSD in my laptop or anything, but I had a big storage array that actually was 2 redundant disks. And so it was supposed to be 12 terabytes. It's redundant, so it's only 6. And basically, every time that I write data to it, it gets written to 2 physical drives. The idea there was that I've got 2 physical drives. I always have at least 2 copies of this data. And it wasn't critical data. It was mainly working files for videos and things like Mornings with Mark and stuff like that. But for some reason this week, this reliable system, it's been working for a year, no problem, died. And it died in an interesting way. I got a replacement from Lacey, who's owned by Seagate now. Fantastic customer service. They shipped it out overnight. Got a second one. Tried to put the RAID array into the new caddy for it. Like, take the drives out of one box, put them into another. Still didn't work. Can't recover the array. Being a forensics guy, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to rip the data right off the disk. Yeah, the way it's written, it's not coming back out. There was a catastrophic failure on both disks, which the whole point of writing the 2 disks at the same time was to avoid that. It was theoretically, if one drive failed, I'd have all my data on the other drive. So I'd planned for failure. I hadn't planned for enough failure, it turns out, because what ended up happening was there was a malfunction in the caddy itself, so in the thing that hosts the 2 drives, and it corrupted both drives. So the drives physically are fine, but it corrupted their data. That's a problem. So I'm out this data. It's not critical. I made sure that the workflow, any critical data is written to a bunch of places. But it's frustrating because there's a bunch of archival work product that would have been handy to reference back to in the future. But now I have to reevaluate my data flow system to account for this unexpected failure that happened. So unexpected failure with the painting on multiple levels, but I took away a lesson and said, you know what? This is not a relaxing activity for me. There is nothing about paint, even though I do like to draw, there's nothing about painting that I find relaxing or rewarding. So lesson learned. I had what I thought was an intelligent, multi-pronged data retention and reliability, sort of durability strategy. Didn't work. So lesson learned. And I think my key takeaway for you and sort of reflecting back on 2018 is that it's really worth trying things, putting yourself out there. So Mornings with Mark, this is episode 148, I think. We're going to hit 150 next week, and then I'm going to shut it down for winter holiday, for Christmas holiday, and then back up again in the new year. But I've learned a ton over the 150, what will be 150 episodes, experimenting essentially. And I think that's really the core here, is that you can set things up, you can think you've planned for anything, and you're always going to have unexpected learning. And that's not a bad thing. You need to plan for it, you need to accept it, and change your ways moving forward based on new information. I think that's my critical takeaway, besides the fact that I'm a crap painter, is that you need to be able to accept failure, accept unexpected events, analyze them, learn from them, and then adjust moving forward. I think that's the absolutely critical piece, adjust moving forward. Do you have any humorous things to share? Any horrible art to share? What do you think about failure? Do you learn from it? Do you get frustrated with it? Which is totally natural, but you need to accept that frustration, kind of push it down, and then move forward. Let me know. Hit me up online at MarkNCA. For those of you in the vlogs, I apologize for having to look at this painting. You can comment down below, and as always, for everybody on the podcast and everybody else, by email me at markn.ca. I hope you have a fantastic Friday and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will talk to you on the show next week and online today. Bye.